Morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Take two. Just had a bit of a bloody hay fever attack. Sort of put a kibosh on the first take of this one. Here we go, unedited, unfiltered. But yeah, you don't want to see me sneezing all over the place. So, as I say, haven't put anything up for a couple of weeks. Been away on a cruise to New Zealand. Just went up with Royal Caribbean over to New Zealand for 10 days, which was absolutely fantastic. Can't recommend it highly enough. My wife bought a GoPro while on board, and she's taken quite a few videos and photos, and I'm sure she'll be putting up a video of our travels, and I'll tag her in the description of the video, and you can go and check it out. She's got her own YouTube channel, which is much more professional and much more better than mine. So if you want to go and check out some of the sights of Australia, and she has the beauty of being able to work from anywhere, so she'll put it together and edit, and she does a fantastic job on her videos with all the effects and editing and all the tools that she does. So yeah, as I say, I'll put her channel down in the description, and you can go and check out the escapades we got up to during our trip to New Zealand, which was fantastic, and can't rave enough about it and promote Royal Caribbean and the New Zealand trip. It was absolutely fantastic. Food was great, staff were great, people were great, and it was just you get to meet so many different types of people, some Scottish, and met all sorts of people. It was fantastic. So yeah, and hence no videos for that 2 weeks. As we've been away, and we got a 1 day internet package because I had to bloody transfer some funds, so didn't have any social media, no anything, which was good in a way. Found out little bits and pieces about it during the international break, but didn't watch any games, and just sort of read bits and pieces about Johnson scoring goals, Harvey scoring a goal when I got back. And yeah, just decided I might whack together a video today just as a preview for the North London derby. And I've come back and I thought, I should catch up on all the YouTube channel. Like as I say, I'm big. What got me into it was We Are Tottenham TV, Last Word of Spurs, and blah blah blah. But I figured, what am I going to be talking about for 10 days when there's nothing on? It'll be transfer targets, and it was interesting. As I say, I've become a big follower of Paul Hotspur Hippie and Johnny Bethnal Green, I believe his name is, from England. And I really enjoy these guys. They tell it like it is. There's no fluff. It's just fans telling how they feel. Like, if you don't like the club, or you want to complain about the club, about the players, or just don't say anything. Just promote the club. We got to promote the club. And the thing is, and I don't know, as I say, I'm not an expert in anything, but you got to think now, players are a lot more social media savvy these days. We're getting players that are 20, they just grew up on social media. And if they get on, you can't tell me that some of these players don't watch YouTube. If they've been linked to Tottenham, they're gonna look at these things, and they're gonna say, and I've said this in a video before, that these guys, they're so much tech smart that if they're gonna see a channel and they're bagging out a player, either that's at the club or they're being targeted, the club's targeting. Well, they're going to look at that and go, why would I want to go there? When they're, and these channels, they're the ones that have got the 200,000 200,000 followers and all this sort of stuff. Why would I want to go to a club like that? And I guess in this day and age, all 20 Premier League clubs, their social media thing is the same. It's which is sad, which is tremendously sad. But you just got to be so careful these days. I believe, in regards to what you say about some of these players, because you just never know. With the talk now all about mental health and all that sort of stuff. Like we had Brendan Johnson stopped all his social media because of the abuse he was copying. You just got to be so careful these days. But I digress. And as I say, Paul Osper Hippie and Johnny, they're the guys that I follow, and just when you listen to it is no bullshit. Like Johnny put up a video I watched this morning about transfer window, and apparently last summer or one of the transfer, there was 43 names or 44 names mentioned that we were going for. 44, and we got 2. So again, and that's all these channels. What's our transfer target? And it just gets boring. And as much as I admire them for being able to put out content 2 and 3 times a day, it does get a bit monotonous. At least with Paul Hotspeepy and Johnny, it's raw, but it comes from a place. Comes from a place on the badge. Comes from there. That's where it comes from. It comes from here. And that's what you want to have. That's what you want to have. That's what you want your supporters to have. Have somebody heart, and whatever happens, they support this football club. And you go back to the 70s, 80s, 90s. Again, back when I was younger, we didn't get the opportunity to support it as much because we didn't get the coverage. Now we can get the coverage whenever we want, and it's great. Back in the day, it'd be a week between games, and you just can get the coverage out here in Australia. And you'd get the match of the day at I think it was 9 o'clock on a Monday night on ABC, and it was a highlight of your week, especially because when I was growing up, that's when I played football, and it was a highlight of the week. You could watch match of the day, Brian Moore, I think it was, with that iconic music, and I still remember something like Archie Gemmell, Charlie George for Derby. You played Derby, and you're watching the game. It was on a mud pit, with a big leather. It was fantastic. It was great. But I digress. Let's go back in the old days. So let's talk about this bloody North London derby. And as I say, during the 10 days I was away, didn't see much about any injury updates. I believe, as I say, when I've got back, Arsenal complaining about their injury toll, and we, as I say, Papa Matasar, he got a knock. Whether he's available, I don't know at this stage. But I just hope that we have a proactive game rather than a reactive game on the weekend. I think it's Monday morning, early out time, which is good. I get to actually watch it before I go to work, which is fantastic. But front football, I think the player like Zavi scored a goal and Brendan Johnson. Let's let these players play the way they want to play. Don't put the little markers out and say you need to be here, you need to be here. Let's just go forward. Let's go this way rather than that way and that way. Let's go that way. So hopefully that will happen, and we can cause these boys down the road. I feel like, again, I'm not a overall history between Tottenham and Arsenal, and maybe I should. Maybe that's what I should study up on. But look, they're another team. Yes, but we got London rivals and all that sort of stuff, and it just seems to be that we hung up on this team, which is ridiculous. Just win the football game, and that's it. No worry about getting. If we lose, if we win, or if we lose, they're going to win the championship. Who cares? Who cares? They'll be insufferable for 2 weeks, and then we'll all the media channels and all that will be who's in the transfer market? What are we going to get? Be a week of celebration, blah 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 blah. We had ours for our Euro. Could you imagine the Arsenal supporters? We had 250,000 people walking down the street with the trophy. They would have been and we were great. But then 2 weeks later, Ange got the sack, and we were all bang 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 again. So much for that. That's what's going to happen for them. They win the league 2 weeks' time. No one will know about it. We're talking about transfer targets. Who gives a shit? So But we need to play front foot attacking football. We've got the players, like people say that, but the players have got to be allowed to play like that. If they're not allowed to play like that, then they're going to get conservative. And I think we've seen Brendan Johnson. People are bagging him out again, but he has actually taken his players on a couple of times this year and has been successful. But we've got to use his speed. That's the thing. He's quick. Same with Odebear and Tell and all that. These guys are young and quick. Use it to our advantage. Play it inside the fullback. If we're worried about players taking on players on the wing, change the tactic and play inside the fullbacks and run around them. Back in the day, diagonal ball, 25 yards across, inside the fullback, winger comes round. Yeah, as I say, I'm not a football coach, but it seems pretty simple to me. And you can do it quick. It's not about you have to bang, 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 bang. These guys at these levels should have the skill to be able to hit a 25-yard pass. I'd struggle to kick it 10 yards. But these guys, again, you talk about, I talk about money, like, they're getting £100,000. They should be able to. If you've reached that level, if you've reached that elite level of football and, you're playing Premier League, Premier League in the starting lineup, mug. You should be able to hit a pass where you want to hit a pass. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm not sure. I suppose should have checked. I don't know if we've got Champions League on midweek or not. I know we've got PSG. I think that's the next one. So it's going to be a tough couple of weeks. Probably 6 weeks. Tough 6 weeks up until Christmas, I'd say. So so hopefully this will be a start of I'll start putting this will be a long one or longish one. Start putting a few short ones out during the week to review, preview, and all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, back to work on Monday, which is a bit of shit. But over here, I think it's 3:30 Brisbane time for the North End Derby, so I'll be able to actually watch it before I start work, which would be fantastic. So it's going to be interesting and fun. And as I say, I actually got one more subscriber, so I'm really happy about that. So I've got 12 subscribers now. So even though I wasn't putting any, and my last couple of videos have sort of tanked, but who cares, As I say, I'll tag my wife's channel in here, and I will tag Hotspur Hippie and Johnny, and if by chance they do watch this video and they don't want me to do it, I'm sure they'll let me know. So that'll be great. But as I say, I like listening to these guys because they are the ones that have got the passion for the club and they follow the club regardless. And as I think Johnny mentioned this morning, they're talking about coaches and all that sort of stuff, and they support this coach, and then something goes wrong, and then he should be sacked. Just support the team and the manager. You've got at that time. Like, as I say, I was a huge Ange fan. Yeah, I was disappointed, and I'm still a bit bitter about it. But I'm 100% behind this football team, and I'm again these other channels we're talking about transfer market and all that. Let's find the players that want to play for this football club and give 100%. Matisse Tell, I love this guy. People bagging it, but he's got something. He wants to do well for this football team, and that was one of the things that I believe Ange instilled in this. It was and we've got 90% of those players are still there, and I think they all want to play for one another, which is fantastic. And he's people will say no, he did, but I think he did. I think he created that family type thing there, which is really, really good, which is really important, especially because you've got so many different nationalities and they obviously all enjoy each other's company. So let's hope that this weekend is the turning point for some open attacking football, and we give that scum an absolute toweling up. I know Hotspur Hippie goes 5-0 every week. I'm going to go 4-0. 4-0. I believe Just trying to think who. I think Matisse will score a couple. Odomir might slip in for one. And Romero. Romero will score one. And let's hope, as I say, this is a term, we start producing some front foot attacking football. But we keep it tight at the back. As I say, I don't care about the other 9. As long as you've got Van der Ven and Romero, I'm happy. All right, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As I say, as my whole 12 subscribers, who are probably following Hoppers with Heapy and Johnny anyway, because that seems to be the game. But I'm going to tag them in, and as I say, if they don't want me to tag them in there in my videos anymore, sure they'll let me know. But let's go. I'll just have a quick look. I didn't put it on today. It needs to be washed, but there we go. Come on, you Spurs. Let's go.